Hey, Beryl.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Thanks for getting on this call with me and for having a chat with me about some work we did together recently for your business. I appreciate your time.
Excellent. Thank you.
No worries. Cool. Let's launch into the question. So just recently, you were in a situation where you needed to find clients and needed to find clients sort of now. Right?
Which is probably what most of us need.
Yeah.
Because most of us start up a business, but we want the business to now.
Yeah, so and I helped you a little bit with coming up with a bit of a strategy and that sort of stuff moving forward. Like just I'd love to hear in your own words why you came to me and how I helped, sort of stuff. Yeah.
Like many people, I've tried to find the person that could help me. And I'm a weird personality, as it goes, but I'm a weird personality that requires a fair amount of energy to control me, because I'm fairly, but what we all panic about is trying to get the next email address, trying to find the next person to be our client, trying to find, I'm in the wedding industry. Who's my next bride? Who's my next client? How are they going to help me? How am I going to make money? Etc. etc. So I was on the hunt for somebody that was like me, but opposite to me. So therefore we could work together and develop a plan or an attack. And it is a bit of an attack on trying to get to where you need to get to. And I needed clarity. And guess what? I found Tiff.
Awesome. So that clarity, how did that help you go from the jumble to having the clarity? Like what was the transition there?
It was probably a lot about talking. So what you did for me is you explained to me certain things I should do. And you asked me questions. And the questions mean that I think. I'm a fairly forward-thinking person anyway, so I think very, very quickly. So you kept asking me questions on what I should do. And what happens if we do this? I can't think of one question at the moment, so I apologise. But isn't a brain fade. But it was even down to Facebook advertising, Google Analytics, trying to get clarity, because that world is a nightmare. It's so big. And then you're trying to, should I be doing it on Instagram? Should I be worrying about Facebook? What should I? And as you can tell with my talking, I was very jumbled. I'm going, Facebook, Instagram, where? And so therefore I jumped around a lot. But what you were able to do is go, hey, come on, let's just pull it back a bit. Let's just do this one step at a time. So with a series of questions that you asked me as I was talking, you pulled me back, which meant I could then go, it's not so bad now. And that's a little bit of what it is, because basically you need somebody to just say, stop. You can't work effectively if you're always busy. You have to actually slow down to speed up. And that's what you enabled me to do. You enabled me to slow down so that I can speed up, so that I can do think about the next things. There's still, and the problems I had a month ago, I don't even know what they were. But they're the problems that I need. They're the problem, because as you get through those problems, you go, well, they were simple. And that's probably where you've come from. You've helped me stop them being so complicated and things like that. So enabling me to slow down to speed up.
Awesome.
And it's really hard to stop. It's really hard to make me slow down.
That's so true. That's so true. Beryl does 500 things in a day, but all before 9 a.m. So
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I can do a whole...
plus, you know, a taekwondo black belt on the side just for fun, you know.
Oh, and don't forget my boxing. Don't forget my boxing. And I'm up to number 2 black belt.
Yeah. So just how worthwhile was that process for you of being able to go through and just slow down in order to speed up?
I think what it enabled me to do is I'm a journal person. I don't use the computer to do my notes. I'm a writer. I'm a graphic designer. I'm in the wedding industry. I use both sides of my brain. So therefore, sometimes I need a wedge put into the middle of the brain, because there's actually a disadvantage when you use both sides of your brain as much as an advantage. Because even though I'm mathematical on one side and very analytical on one side, I'm a textile artist on the other side. Sometimes they just butt heads. So being able to talk through with people, because the textile artists can be flighty and busy and next job, and the analysis person wants to be, no, hang on a minute, and especially the graphic designer, no, white space. White space. We need white space. We need to slow down. We need to take away. We need to do, and that having somebody that can probably control the 2 spaces, because I even notice it sometimes on the taekwondo field. An example was last night. I was on the taekwondo field, but of course I started analysing my pattern while trying to make my pattern pretty. Over analysing. If you analyse too much, you don't get anything done. If you're too textile artist and you're too flighty, you don't get anything done. You need somebody in the middle that can work with you. Most people are not the way I am, but it is actually, sometimes it can be as much hard work as it is an advantage. So you need that person to ask you questions. And that's where you've come into it, because you've asked me the questions and made me stop. And therefore that enables me to start thinking about where I should be.
Has it been easier to actually put things in place and actually like implement the plan now that it's clear?
The plan will never be clear because I never make the plan clear. But what it enables me is like I'll drop you a line. I'll send you a message. I'll do, send carrier pigeons out. And then you just send me back a question. And then it's like, and that's where sometimes having somebody that can control the panic, because things do take time, but you also can do things quickly. But you've got to do them smart, not hectic. Hectic doesn't get the work done. Smart gets the work done. I've actually put on my wall at the moment 3 things I need to do today, and that's what I think about. So write a list in the morning, 3 things, all because Tiff told me to stop. Well, no, actually I take it back. You never told me to stop. You told me to basically slow down to speed up, which you didn't use those words because they are definitely my words. Because that's actually what I say to the girls that I do a bit of coaching. So I say, no, stop, slow down, just breathe.
Yeah.
But I'm not really good at taking my own advice. But that's where you and I are very much alike, because it's nice for somebody to say, or go get a cup of tea before you blow up. So they're the sorts of things that is good for me. That's what I like. I like having, and also it's the other thing is you have somebody to throw ideas off. And you know me and my ideas, because I have multiple things that I do, and it's nice to say, what if I do this? To have somebody to say, if you do this, what is that going to achieve? And I don't always listen, but there are things where I need to do things, and there are things where, why am I going down that way? That's that's going sideways off the business. It's giving a that's a separate arm. Do you really want another arm? You've already got a lot of arms going there. Do you really need a 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th, or more importantly, 25th? Yeah, it's an octopus. But you can see where I come from.
Yeah. And that's a little bit of like the difference with me is I don't go into things saying you must do this. This is the only way. That's the difference. Like I ask people the questions and pose it to them, and then they get to make the decisions for themselves and for their business. So then they learn how to be. I mean, not that you need to learn that, but other people I work with sometimes do. It's to learn to be that decision maker, that leader. So just one last question. If there's somebody out there who's kind of thinking, oh, I don't know if I need help with strategy or you know, I don't know if this is for me. What would you say to them? Like,
try it because you probably will never go back. It may not be. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but just try it once. You might go, oh, I like this. It's like Smarties. Yeah. As Tiff knows, I have a lot of food allergies, and I'm not supposed to eat Smarties because they're very bad for me. They're probably bad for everybody, but they're especially bad for me. But you try one Smartie and you need another one. You try another Smartie and you need another one. And you keep going with your Smarties. But I reckon, to me, especially with your smile, and you also allow me to be me. You're not trying to make me to be you. And that is really, really super important. Too many people out there, and I have done this before, I've had other people help me, but they've wanted me to be them. My business is my business. I know my business. I can sprout 1,000 hashtags to you. I can sprout you my market. I know what my market is. I don't want to be you. You don't want to be me, but with your help, I can be me. Yeah. And I can have my voice. And that's what I think is important for people. So I say to them, try it because you'll never eat it. It's worth every cent of the money. Every cent.
Thank you.
And that is what it's about.
Thank you. That whole letting people be themselves is something I'm so passionate about because I worked with a coach who anything I did that was me, she told me that was wrong and that I wouldn't get clients doing that. Yeah. And I tried to follow her way, but that worked for who she was and her personality. And it, you know, I learned a lot from her, but then I didn't get clients because I was trying to be her and it didn't suit me and people picked that up. So that's why I think I'm different in this space because I do let people work out who they are, who they want to be and what works for them.
Well, you know who I am.
Okay. Thank you so much, Beryl. Yeah, it did. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thanks, Tiff.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.